Surviving the Pen. With your host, Arthur M. Swain. Arthur Pablo Rio. Arthur L.C. Harvey.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Surviving the Pen. I'm your host for the night, Pablo Agrio, author of the book In Pursuit of Happiness. This is a God First production, and I'm here with Arthur M. Swain, Mike Swain, my buddy, and we're expecting Arthur L.C. Harmon to join us here momentarily. I've been out of commission, traveling out of the country. I'm glad to be back. And let's hear from Mike. Mike, what's up?
Man, same old, man. Glad to have you back. Glad to have you back. So tell us a little bit about the Philippines.
Yeah, man. Listen, let me tell you a little bit of the highlights and the lowlights. The highlights for me was that I got a chance to visit a lot of resorts areas. You know, I enjoy the beach. There was a lot of rain, nonstop rain, so you had to make up your mind that you know, wherever you were going to go, you're going to get wet, and you had to forget about that rain and just have fun. And so I did that. A lot of eating everywhere I went. There was a lot of food waiting, so that was good. And you know, like every country in the world right now, I think it's fair to say that you have places where the place looks spectacular. It's well developed. There's a lot of construction and malls and stuff like that. You wouldn't know that you were in a different country but for the signs and the language. And then once you leave that developed area and you go further into the city or the suburbs, then you come across, you know, areas of extreme poverty. So, but you know, people are doing what they got to do to survive. And so, you know, those of us who travel a little bit, whether it be to the military or because we had action through other means to go see other parts of the world, we know what that's about. The things that kind of, you know, stood out in my mind anyway about, you know, the differences in living in the United States and living abroad is like, you know, some places toilets, believe it or not, still don't have running water, so you can't just sit down and flush the toilet. You have to use alternative means, and sometimes that can be a little bit inconvenient, especially if you're visiting somebody's home, you know. And then, you know, there's also the issue of traffic. You know, the traffic is very congested. There's only certain areas have traffic lights, and the streets are not marked like they are here in the States, you know, clearly marked. You can use your GPS to know exactly where you're going. You're using GPS there and it tells you turn left. And when you look and see what's left, you say, wait a minute, you sure you want me to go into this area? So you got to stop and think. And unless you're traveling with somebody who knows where they're going, it's very hard to get around. And even people who know where they're going sometimes get lost because, you know, the streets, it could be a dirt road, it could be a paved road, it could be anything. And then large amounts of motorcycles, scooters all over the place. They run the place. Pedestrians everywhere, crossing wherever they feel like it. So, and of course, as in Mexico, don't make the mistake of drinking the tap water because, you know, that's going to result in immediate sickness. So those are some of the things. But Listen, they have malls just like here in the States, and they sell top of the line things. And, people may want to argue whether or not they're fake or they're legit or they're actually the real stuff, but they cost. So I have to believe that if they're asking for that much money for that type of merchandise, it must be the real thing. You got your Gucci's, your Louis Vuitton, your all the stuff you see here, wherever you go in the top malls, you're gonna see the same thing there. You got Burger King, you got Kentucky Fried, you got McDonald's, all these big corporations that are ruling the world. They're well represented. So, if you don't want to eat the local food, you ain't gonna have no problems with that, because you can go get you something to eat that you're familiar with. And it tastes just the same. Burgers is a burgers, fried chicken is a chicken. So no problem with that, man. So yeah, had a good time, man. Happy to be back though.
Good to have you back. I mean, as far as I go, man, I just been busy, been hustling, working, man. Trying to make it better than the last time. Too much change in my two step. It's the same old for me. Uh, but got our brother just joined us, so
Yeah,
let's say hi to Mr. Harmon.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, team? Hey, I missed y'all.
yeah,
Believe it or not, though, it's a lot of power, man, in this here, not only for the audience, but for those of us that, know on a more intimate level about certain things, though. But for me, I've been hanging in there, on a more personal level, I've been, having some issues and, working through those and lots of praying and, things of that nature and dealing with a broken system, is something that make a person really think. Because a lot of times, we always hear or certain things happen to other people,
right.
you know. But and in hearing it, yes, you say, "Oh man, that's screwed up. That's messed up." You know me. There must be a better way how to do that. But it hits all the way different when it happens to you. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And not only that it happens to you, but the magnitude of what it is, that part there make you go,
Mm.
man, I can't believe, you know, I can't believe you can believe it, but I mean, those are only words that can come out your mouth to say, man, this is crazy. In 2022, superpower of the world,
Mm.
I mean, feel that they have the right and the privilege just to intervene in other areas of the world, talking about bringing it up to the norm when all these wars is taking place in our own backyards, man. um, Man, it's devastating, But again, it's like if it's not happening to you directly, you don't feel the full effect, man. Just like, a person being in prison, right?
Mm-hmm.
People can always tell you, well, you just hang in there, just keep praying, and they are just keep praying, and it's going, but they have no idea what it's really like walking in those shoes.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? And not putting a 10 on anything, but just the true realities of some things, man. Give you a whole total different perspective on life. So for me, my grind lately has been totally different than the grind that I once was on, and just dealing with the reality of things and keeping your mind sharp, to deal with it, and it's not really an easy thing. It's easily said, but I mean the application of it, especially when you got other things in the way where you run across when you run into roadblock after roadblock after roadblock, and you go to yourself, man, I can't believe that it's like that. But you can't crumble, you can't fall. You just have to do your best to keep on. But that's what's been going on with me, but and the main thing for me is keeping my spirit strong, my head, straight, a whole lot that has to do, with one's faith. And like I said, it's easily said than done, but nothing that can't be done, you know.
Well, let me say this to you, my brother. You know, we're only a couple miles away from each other, man. And I've said this before. I'm not one to be intruding on other people's life, but me and you got a long history, man. And you know, I'm here for you, brother. And you know, if nothing else, just to talk anytime you feel like it. You know, you can reach out, man. I'll make time for you. You know that. And I
Yeah,
just want to repeat that and let you know, whatever it is you're going through, man, you got a friend here with me, man.
yeah, and you know, and on that, the thing is that, and I want to say this too, especially in California. I don't know who's on the line, how the healthcare system um, may be in other places, but one of the issues that I'm having with this, and that I was working, so it wasn't like me just asking for a handout. I paid into the system, right?
Yeah,
And the issues that I'm going through, I mean, for me now, maybe people that's been in society never really left and took them long terms like I did can understand this. But when you're talking about something, really, really serious, and then you have you have the patient filling out paperwork, they don't have no idea whatsoever a whole lot of that stuff. So I'm just saying that without going into a whole lot of intricate details. I'm saying a lot of things that you'll find yourself going through. You say to yourself, man, I can't believe this. You asking me questions, that health professionals should be answering. They the ones should be doing all of this here, but that's left up to you to do. And in saying that, man, it is so, so very important to have good health care
yeah,
insurance. No doubt. I mean, because boy, they don't care nothing about the human life. It's all about the dollar, pal. And if you ain't, at the top or somewhere in there, so when your name come across to say, yeah, he has money or he's insured, go ahead and take care of him or her. Yeah, you're in bad shape, man.
let me
Yeah.
let me ask both of you this, man. I'm just thinking about something as I'm hearing you talk. Now we talk about, you know, how much time we spend in the pen. And we know that there's brothers out there that are still in the pen, that we know that we did time with, that they still in there. You know, one of the things that I that I've noticed in my own little neck of the wood is that a lot of us that did a lot of time in the pen, when we came out, man, we were already of a certain age. You know what I'm talking about, and we
Yeah.
hadn't had the time, any time to really work in the system and put that time in to try to accumulate benefits. And I find myself in a little bit of a fortunate position because I'm working for the government and I got full benefits now. But I don't know how much longer that's going to last because I don't see myself working anymore past 5 years. This is one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing now. But you know, how do you guys feel about that? You guys feel like staying in the system that long, when you come out, it works against us? Or you feel like, you know, you have made inroads, maybe this different for Mike than it is for you, Latif? But how do you guys feel about that? What's the impact of that protracted incarceration and then coming out after 30 plus years, maybe a little bit less than that, and having to deal with all these issues? Because we no longer young spring chickens now. We aged. We dealing with all these issues that senior citizens deal with, but we coming at it now brand new because we haven't been dealing with this until just recently. So, what's your takes? Let's start with Mike. See what Mike has to say about that.
Um, I'm like, the brother's situation is very, very unfortunate. I, from meeting both of y'all, I know I was meeting two men who, you did a lot of things to take care of yourself, to make sure your health stayed intact.
Mm-hmm.
And some things are out of our control. So I'm one of those that I like sweets. I'm a cookie monster. I like cakes and pies and all that type.
Yeah.
So
Sugar.
sugar, I'm a sugar. I love sugar.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I do love fruits and vegetables, and you know, so I for the most part, I think I've tried to keep myself healthy. So I'm one of those who has tried everything in my power to stay out of the system.
Hmm.
Um, Contrary to me going to prison. Um, when I came home, I knew I can go and get the little, what is it, $200 food stamps and
Hmm.
all that stuff. But no, I don't want nothing that's gonna make me feel like I don't have to do this over here because I got this coming from the government, or I got it's
So you chose independence. You chose to stand on
all the way,
your own two.
all the way,
I hear you.
all the way. Because I watch like my granny, I didn't watch her, her health deteriorate all the way down to the degree that she died. But I know she was on Medicare and all those things, and my mother, you know what I'm saying? And it's a difference. You go to the hospital and but when you go in the hospital, like you pull up the Cedar Sinai, I think that's a hospital in LA, ain't it?
Right.
Yeah,
Right in
yeah,
the
You
middle
pull
of
up,
Beverly Hills.
yeah, you pull up to Cedar Sinai, and then you'll see you probably won't see a lot of the wealthy people there. Or maybe I'm at the wrong hospital.
Hmm.
But like, and where I'm from, like, you ain't gonna see the hospital like my mother's went to the last time her health got bad. You ain't finished. If you see a Range Rover, it's the doctors. It's not no patients.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And you can they try to act like no, that's not true. But when you seeing something with your own eyes, you can't tell me no difference. I know what my eyes are seeing. Now you can't count nobody's pocket by what they drive, right? But when I went and saw my mother fam, I saw poor people in the hospital.
yeah,
I didn't see well off people. So maybe it's a thing dealing with, um, because we come from, impoverished beginnings and backgrounds, that our food of choice and our 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 exercise regimens and all these different things that we should have had in place um have a lot to do with it. But I'm one of those that I take and I look at the examples of other people and I make a choice from there whether I want to go through that, whether I want to, and I'm gonna try to fine tune it and figure out what's right for me. So
Yeah.
the
How
older
about,
I get, the more sadder, the older I get, I hate to say it, but the older I get, the more I think about death, friend.
yeah.
The more how much time I got left. Things of that nature, and then the system, like the government, man, the American system, it's not designed to take care of you, fam. Like they want you out of there as soon as possible, fam. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah. Well,
And
see, the reason I asked the question is because, like I said, I'm fortunate that I'm working and I get insurance now because of my job. But I look at the situation of a lot of my brothers, man, that are just coming out of the pen and they're 60, 70 years old, man. And they come out and what do they have for health insurance? How do they take care of their needs? Well,
Obamacare.
if they're a veteran, they can go to the VA and the VA gonna take care of them some way or another. But how about if they're not veterans? I mean, what do they do for health insurance? Where do they go to get their medical coverage and all of that? I mean, the system keeps you incarcerated that long, and then they throw you out there when you're an old man, and there's no place for you to go to get help and have your medical care taken care of. You got to be battling and scrambling and squabbling and filling out forms and trying to get all things done in order for you to take care of your medical care. And then this is something that they don't take into account. While they had you incarcerated and they had you there behind bars, they were giving you the little minimum health care that they were giving you, and they weren't worried about you. But now they cut you loose and they wash their hands, and you back in society, and you have no fallback. You dig what I'm saying? How do you feel about that, Latif?
Well, looking at it now, as you said before, I was somewhat conscious of that, but not like it is now that it is directly affecting me, happening to
Right.
me. And I've always said that for those is in the class that we are in, we're fighting from behind
Yeah.
because you're incarcerated, life goes on, things change, right? But you're still there. And now once you get out, now you got to catch up with
Yes.
just how to deal with the regular rudimentary things that everybody else go through in society,
Yeah.
right? And like Mike said, food, what you put in your body, what you eat, all those things is a major, major issue. But we don't look at it then. It don't come important until we are feeling the effects of eating bad, drinking bad, doing all these different kind of things, Um, and in the system, as you said, it's set up for that. It's not like they are oblivious to when you get out, you're going to have these health issues because they know. I mean, I say they, meaning the system, know how they've been feeding you for 25, 30 years. And
Yeah.
when you did come into the system, you didn't have no health issues,
Right.
but the type of foods that's available for you,
Yeah.
even if you got money to get food out of the commissary or to get a package, there's still a limit on what they allow you to have.
True
You,
that.
you, you right. So taking care of yourself, for as your health wise, yeah, you fight from behind. They don't. All three of us know that it's not like they really paying attention to you, examining you, and make sure that you're healthy. And when you finish paying your debt to society, when you go home, you're still in good shape, and all these other things are available to you. It don't work like that. And we don't really think like that until we're in the thick of it. Now you fight for your life when you go to the doctor and you're trying to get just some decent medical care. You can't get that
Right.
if you don't have the right insurance. Now, if if you got the right insurance, if you can get out and you can pay and get the right insurance when things begin to start to happen to you in your name, when you give them your card and your name is on their card and they see you, they run their name. So yeah, come on with it. But if you ain't in that category, man, you suffer. You through it, just like living in a third world country or
Yeah.
worse.
Well,
You
I
know,
don't really know how it works because I haven't really walked down that line, and I don't know if Mike has any insight on this. But say you just the average brother, you did 30 plus years in prison, and you get let out now, and you back in the community, and you need to go see a doctor. What do you have available to you? Medical or Medicare, or what the hell is it? How does that work? Because you just
okay,
can't go to the hospital now and say you want to see a doctor, and they just gonna rush you in and put you ahead of the line, and you're gonna be taken care of. They're gonna be asking you to fill out some papers and all of that. You got to answer some questions. You don't have the right answer. You got to go get that answer before you get seen, right?
yeah. Well, see, when you first come home, when you do that, those that if he moves on and started working and and being independent or doing his own thing, then that's going to be something he's not going to think about right away because he's not waiting for
Right.
someone to give him something the way that the system is designed to make you dependent on
Yeah.
a system, not
Yes.
independent, but dependent. That's
Dependent.
why
Yeah.
when some come out, the first thing they want to do is try to get that food stamp card. They want to get that welfare check, and they're gonna be cool with that. Some,
Yeah.
not all, you know. And then you're gonna have some that say, "Man, I don't care about no $250. I can make that. I can
Yeah.
make that. Not only that, but you know, all I need is the opportunity. You know,
Yeah,
you got something like
that's
that.
what Mike was saying, that he didn't
Yeah,
want none of that. He wanted to stand on his own.
that's what I did. That's what I did. But unfortunate for me, when I came home, you know, I had to go to a transitional housing. Although I'm married, got a wife, got family, been having parole board letters written to you for 30 plus years, say, hey man, if you let
Yeah.
him go, you don't have to worry about none of them things. We got him.
Yeah.
Still, that didn't matter.
What you did
You
1 year?
know, in transition houses.
Yeah.
No, I did 5 months because when I got out, man, you know, I was working 45 days after I was out. I'm
Oh man,
punching the
you
clock,
got
you know.
on it right
Yeah.
away.
So their whole thing was like, man, you know, man, just do your thing. Just don't come in contact with the police because all the things that we would want to try to teach you or show you or aid you with, you're already doing that. But that's because before I came home, I was already preparing for that.
Yeah.
You know, when I got out, you know, instead of getting out, it's okay, what I'm gonna do now. And I already had a plan in my mind when I got out, all gas, no brakes.
Yeah.
Um, but that's what a lot of, you know, that's where their mindset is at anyway. Even before they get there, they're not thinking about doing nothing. They thinking about how can they scheme up on getting them at food stamp card and that general relief check, meaning that you're gonna go down and they're gonna help you. They're gonna assign someone to help you fill out the paperwork and all that, so you get that welfare check.
And you're gonna stay hooked on that. How about you,
Well,
Mike? Did you have to go to transitional housing when you came out this last time? No,
No,
you went straight home, huh?
I've never went through transitional housing.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
I've been one of the fortunate ones that I've always, you know, if I didn't have nowhere to go, my mama was always there, but I never had to go get out and go home straight to my mama. I always had, you know, a female friend or whatever. So no, I've never needed none of that. The system is
but
flawed, man, on every
yeah.
level, bro.
yes,
Like
it is.
on every level, it's flawed, and we should expect that because it's designed by people, but the designing of it is for one echelon of people opposed to all people. We're not treated the same. Like we're not, you know what I'm saying? So, and if you don't have the wealth to maintain your health and to get the proper, you know, signatures on papers and whatnot, then man, you know, if you really are left up, it really is left up to God.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
You know, these people don't give a damn about us, man.
Here.
See,
They don't,
uh,
you know, and it's sad that we live in one of the richest countries in the world and one of the greatest superpowers that this world will ever see. And like, it's a lot of this shit is, I mean, excuse my language, French, but it's no excuses for a lot of stuff that the government does to us in this country. And
Yeah.
and I feel strongly about that. Like look at what Donald Trump just announced in his speech yesterday. This man just announced that he want to give the death penalty to all drug dealers.
He
And
said that?
yeah,
I missed that.
yeah.
He talked about giving somebody the death penalty. He got one foot in the pen. He gonna mess around and get run up in jail himself.
And I done got a new infatuation with this Clubhouse app. And I go in and out them rooms and I just hear the people say stuff. And it's like, some of them say, kill them all.
Whoa,
yeah,
whoa.
Yeah, it's deep,
yeah,
you know. And then I
You're saying
see,
that that's the general sentiment against convicted criminals?
Man, no, he's talking about drug dealers.
Drug dealers only.
Yeah.
This man
Yeah.
said one drug dealer on average is responsible for the deaths of 500 people.
Whoa.
I've never killed
Where
nobody.
did he get that stat from?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, see, that's strictly against, they know that you're going to have a race of people that's going to be way high on the totem pole talking about selling all drug dealers to the pen. So we already know that's a direct hit against black people, black and brown.
You know
You better
exactly.
believe that.
But
That's-
what about the legal drugs? Look, we could talk about, like while I was in the pen, I just can testify about me, man. But listen, while I was in the pen, they was giving me all kind of drugs, and all these are generic drugs that I don't even know what brand they are, who makes them, where they came from. But this is the kind of drugs that they giving me every time I go to sick call. And I'm asking myself now, what effect did taking all these drugs for all that time had on my body, man? I mean, I got issues right now that I don't even know where the hell they came from. They certainly ain't genetic, because my mama ain't suffering from any of this stuff that I'm suffering from. And I want to know, how did that happen? Does it have anything to do with the drugs that we were given, or the food that we were eating? But what about them? And their experiments and all these things that they do. Those are drugs too, but they're making so much money. They're not considered to be criminals. They only consider the other type of drugs to be of the criminal type. But I would make an argument that, look, they're right there with each other. Because a lot of times we don't even know what these drugs, what the side effects are. But every time we go see a doctor, they're trying to fill out a prescription and give you some kind of drug. You dig what I'm saying?
The biggest
Yeah.
drug dealers in the world.
Biggest
Yeah.
drug dealers. That's $1 billion business.
Oh.
Am I wrong? $1 billion business. These pharmaceutical companies, man. Look at what they did with this COVID thing now. I mean, right soon they're gonna come up with some kind of medication that you're gonna have to be taking every year in order to stay safe. And who you think is making money behind that? They don't say nothing about that. And the question that I ask is, how did COVID start? Where did it come from? Why are we dealing with that now? Don't tell me
Yeah.
that they manufactured this thing and then got us hooked now that we have to be dealing and depending on all these drugs to survive. They talking about sending people to the death penalty for drugs. They should be looking at these pharmaceutical companies. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they already know that pharmaceutical company got billions. They got money, and that's all that's all it's going to be is a fine. If that, if that happens, you know what I mean. But man, this is a sad, sad thing, man.
It
And
is.
I mean, when you really, really think about it, not just for me, but when I think about my grandchildren, because they are at teenage levels.
Yeah.
Right now, it ain't gonna be long before they gonna have to be going. That's why right now, and everything that I go through, man, I make it my business, man, to educate mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right now, don't wait till it happen. You know what I mean? If you have knowledge that there are certain things health wise that you know is going to be against you, and this exists, go and get that checked out.
Yeah.
Don't be playing with that, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you want to educate yourself too, because we know that, and this is my own personal observation, is that certain things are done to you for you to take medications,
Yeah.
and then once you start taking these medications, there's maybe 10 side effects of the medication for that one thing you're going through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and what I'm saying is that I don't think that it's a secret, you know what I mean, that to predict that this person's health is going to be in a certain stage as time go on, because the way he eat, everything about him, because they're
Yeah.
not educated on certain things to stay away from. You know what I mean? Stay away from this, stay away from that, stay away, because we living in a society now, man. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So I don't care about putting some on this right here to make it last shelf life. 2 years instead of 6 months, and then you eat it, and then as time go on, all kind of cancers and all kind of other things break out because of what you had to put on this good stuff to make it last, just so you can get the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it might sound far-fetched, man, but trust me, man, there's a whole lot of things that's going on that make a person say, wow,
Yeah.
because they are not subjected to that. Just like Mike said, you know, when he went to the hospital, you know what I mean, he seen the Range Rover. It doesn't mean that, you know, you're going to judge a person's lifestyle based on what they're driving. But come on, man, the patient ain't driving that. You
Right.
know, better believe. So that means that the level of care, you think they're going to treat Donald Trump medically the same me?
No.
You think they're going to give me the same level of care,
No.
of attention?
You ain't
You know,
even getting the
as they
same
do
kind of
them?
medication. You ain't even
Yes,
getting the same kind of
exactly. You know what I
medication.
mean? So, you know, all these things, you know, are major, but I do believe that educating, man, our children and our family on certain things that they can prevent. Because had I have known what I know now, man, it's a whole lot of things that I wouldn't have done. I'm talking about for as what I put in my body and all these kind of things. But there was a moment in time, 3 decades plus, that I really didn't have a great choice
Yeah.
because of, you know, this is what you got to choose from. No,
Yeah.
no. You can't leave and go do whatever you want to do and then come back. No, pal, this is what it is. This is your fate right
Yeah.
here. Choose the less of the evils, you know,
You
if you
had a
will.
choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had a choice. Yeah,
You chose this.
you
Yeah.
chose this. So live with that, you know. So, man, and it's crazy. It's like case in point, me personally. Now I'm calling because I need to have some internal tests taking place.
Mhm.
Okay, so now in order to have these tests done, they have to be authorized. You hear what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
got to be
Yeah. Yeah.
authorized. Now we're talking about. I'm not talking about no buffering, no a leave or Excedrin pill. I'm talking about. We talking about, you know, life-threatening situation, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now here I am. I got to be trying to call and say, yes, this is Elsie Harmon, birth date December 5th, 1958. And they ask me all these personal questions. Okay, well, why are you calling? Yes, I'm calling, you know, because I have to have this procedure done. Right now, I'm talking to them, you know, using language that the doctor need to be talking to them about, or the nurse, or someone they got assigned. This is what you do for the. How am I going to answer a whole lot of these questions? That the doctor got this information, not me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You
kind of
understand?
backward. You
Okay.
shouldn't have to be fighting for the authorization. It should be the
Okay.
doctor who is speaking for you.
Okay.
He
Now,
can
besides,
justify it better than you do.
okay, but besides that, so now you know that everything that you dealing with is time sensitive.
Yeah.
You know that. Out of all people, you know that. But then the people that you dealing with, you know, they treat it, you know, as if, you know, nonchalantly, you know, dealing with what you got to deal with, right? And, you know, now you know you need something done like right away. Now you trying to get this authorization and all that, and they talking to you like another 2 months or so. As soon as we can get you, well, wait a minute. No, I need this done like right now.
Yesterday.
No, not January. I'm talking
Yeah.
about right now. This need to be done right now. So what I'm saying is that instead of me, the patient, having this conversation with them, the doctor need to be doing that. So he can translate to them, no, this right here needs to be done immediately. We need to see inside this man's body
Yeah.
so we can understand and know exactly the next steps we need to take. Now they already know. So here I am struggling with them, trying to get them to understand. Okay, no, I need this now. Okay, what medical group? No. That's the wrong medical. Now here I am trying to do all of that. And as
Yeah.
time go on, now because you got more than one test, you know, you're dealing with so much of this, you don't forget what you're talking about. I mean, just so stressful, man, trying to, you know,
Yeah.
deal with these
Yeah.
particular things. And, if you haven't directly went through it, you will have no idea. And again, this is just dealing with insurance. If
Yeah.
you ain't got the proper insurance, man, you in bad shape dealing with these people. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and in
And
the meantime, the level of stress and anxiety that is bringing up on you to try to get this situation resolved, that's adding
yeah,
another layer of concern, because stress and anxiety and all those things, they're gonna definitely have an impact on your overall well-being, man.
yeah.
So
Now
I
I've
feel you, brother. I feel you. I feel you. Really, really do feel you.
but
But
go ahead.
go
I'm
ahead,
sorry. Go ahead.
finish up.
No. I was just saying that when I said that, while I'm talking to them on the phone, and we make the appointment, 10, 15 minutes later, I get another phone call. May I speak to Mr. Harmon? Yes, this is him. Oh, yes, we was talking to you earlier. Now we switched up because now they don't know which medical group it is. It is. Now, now while I'm at the doctor's office and we talking about what's going to be the next form of treatment, how we're going to go about doing this, the nurse said, "Oh yes, Mr. Harmon. Oh, we knew that there was a situation with them having you in the wrong medical group. We already taken care of that, Mr. Harmon. Everything is a go. Don't worry about that. We got that." I said, "Okay, thank you, because you know there was a problem with that." Yes, okay, Mr. Harmon, we understand that. Now this was on the first. I ain't heard nothing. So I end up, so I calls him back on the 15th
Hmm.
because I still ain't heard anything from him. Trying to, this something need to be done. I'm talking about immediately. 2 weeks don't already pass. I ain't heard nothing from you. So now we're talking. She said, oh, yes, Mr. Harmon. After I done been on hold for maybe about 10 minutes. I had been on hold so long, the person that was transferring me to the people that's scheduling picked the phone back up. Hello. So I give them my information all over again. Yes, my name is Elsie. Oh, you was the one who was just on the phone. You've been on the phone all this time? Yes.
Yeah.
Right, right. So now when they get me to talk to somebody, the very first thing she say is, "Well, Mr. Harmon, right now we see you have two insurance, St. Vincent." I said, no, not St. Vincent. Now, when I was having the conversation with the nurse in the beginning, she said, "Oh, I knew it was a problem, Mr. Harmon. We got that straightened up." That was the problem. The
Yeah.
very thing that it was telling me while I'm still sitting in the office in the chair, getting ready to go, trying to, get all this together, that's not a problem, was the problem,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
So I'm
listen,
saying
man.
all these things, man, that's crazy. I mean, healthcare wise, just
Yeah,
healthcare. So it's crazy.
it's definitely, you have painted a dire picture in terms of the kinds of things that we have to deal with when we come out of the pen, and we have to take care of our own health. Now, listen, not that your subject matter is not of utmost importance, but in the we have a few minutes left, and I just want to say this, man. This might be the the last show for the year. We probably won't be seeing each other again until next year. We're going to go on a little bit of a hiatus, but
Yes.
I just want to take the last couple minutes to give you guys an opportunity to, maybe if you have a memory of some, next week is Thanksgiving. You can maybe share something with the audience about something that you're grateful for right now. Maybe Mike have some good news or something that is going on with him and things that he's been doing, or maybe a memory that you might have had of a situation that happened while you were in the pen during Thanksgiving. We spend many a Thanksgiving behind bars, and that's a tough situation to deal with when you're away from your loved ones, and you're not there to have that family time. So the few minutes that we have left, man, if you guys can think about something that you're grateful that you want to share with the audience, that's cool, or a memory that you had of Thanksgiving that you spent in the pen. Let's hear it, man. Let's talk a little bit about that. Let's try to bring it home with a little bit of a lighter subject matter, so that we can wrap it up for the rest of this year, and feel good about where we're at. Go ahead, Mike. Start it off.
Where do I begin?
Give us the good news, man. I want to get off this call and
First,
know that you're doing great, brother.
first off, like these episodes, man. These were great conversations. We had some very educated, splendid guests.
Yes.
I enjoyed I look forward to this every week. I actually did. Um, and I think when we come back, it's going to be a much better
Yes.
experience for everybody than our first, time out of the gate. But I think overall we did, we get a 10, bro. We did
Yeah.
good. So, with that being said, it's a lot going on with me right now. We doing our thing with the book. And then I went on a show called The Great American Speak Off.
What?
Yes.
You doing some acting?
Oh yeah, I did a little acting. This is something different though.
Oh, okay.
I just completed my first feature acting role.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
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 In a
Yeah.
Disney
Man.
movie. And
That's great, man. Mike
yeah,
playing the actor.
I did. That was a blessing. That was a grand experience. But the Great American Speak Off is if you're on social media, you probably saw it advertised. It's advertised on Facebook, TikTok, all of them.
Uh-huh.
And it's hosted by Grant Cardone and Pete Vargas. And it's the American Idol version of Public Speakers is what it
Whoa.
is. Right. So the first round was in they had it in Nashville. Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, Phoenix, Houston, and somewhere else. They had the first tryouts. And that was to get you, if you made the cut, you would get to go to Miami. And then after Miami, that'll narrow it down to the final 3, right? Just like American Idol. It's the same concept.
Yeah.
But for public speakers. So your boy took a chance, stepped out there on that limb, right? And
First place.
This was my number. This was my, this is my number. So I shot my shot, right? I shot my shot and I came home with this.
That's my boy right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Came home with this.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my
Alhamdulillah.
boy, man. Congratulations,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, next is on to Miami, which is December the 14th and the 15th.
Yeah.
And then I'm claiming it. After that, I'm going to Vegas, final 3. And then that's when I'm gonna, get down to the nitty-gritty and try to be the final 1.
Yes.
And the big production, the team and all that, the big cameras, all that's gonna be in Miami. I was trying to keep it. I was trying to keep it to myself, honestly. I shared it with a few people, but I just felt like if I was gonna say it or announce it on anything, I owe that to y'all, and Miss Taylor and so forth. So keep me in your prayers. Any ideas, shoot them my way. But guess I rocked them though.
Yeah.
I rocked them with the prison khakis on, fam. I had on the prison khakis, and I made that like a point in my speeches. Like I had 2 speeches. The first one was a minute. If you made it past that one, then you get to speak for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So I had on my prison khakis in both first and the second round, and somebody pointed out to me after the fact was like, bro, did you know you was in the top 10?
Whoa.
Out of 700 people. And then the next round was like, bro, do you realize you was in the top 5? I'm still not paying it no mind of how they calling out the names.
Yeah.
And somebody brought it to my attention. And now I got to at least keep that up when I get to Miami.
Well, I'll be praying for you, and I'm pulling for you, my brother.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you, brother. So proud.
Yeah.
And definitely that's something to be grateful for, in addition to all the other things that have been happening throughout the year, man. So let's give Brother Latif a chance, man. What are you grateful for, my brother? What kind of memories you have of prior Thanksgiving that you'd like to share with us?
First, let me just say, man, all praises due to the Most High, man, for my brother, man. I'm so happy for you, man.
Amen.
That
Amen.
that things are happening the way
God is good.
that they
Yes.
are, man. You would think that it's me, that it's happening to. When I see it, I got a Kool-Aid smile, a little
Yes.
boy's Kool-Aid smile. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man, go on, get it, go on, put that thing on it, man.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that
I
within
feel the
itself, and
same
I
way.
think about and with that, I think about how we all came to be, and putting this together and wanting to be good at what we do. We knew that we was at the scratch line of something new, something fresh, uh, that we had never done before, and things was coming together. Then we realized that we all really genuinely liked each other, so that made the energy much greater. You know, and one win, we all win. That's
Yeah.
how I see it. Because if one win, we all win because we all a team. It's just like a group. Sometimes the group start out, man, and they hidden, but they say, no, man, we want the lead singer though.
Yeah.
We want him. We like the way he performs. You know what I mean? And sometimes, it'd be like, okay, yeah, but if you take the lead singer, man, you're gonna need the rest of the group. Yeah, but don't worry about that. Man, man, go on, take that blessing and keep it moving, man. Because
Yeah.
if if what's meant to be gonna be,
Yeah.
because it ain't like you can't come back and whatever's meant for the rest of the group to have, he can't come back and say, whoever this may be. I'm just speaking in general.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's how I see it. So when I see him on Facebook or Instagram, and something don't happen, I immediately because that's what's in my heart. Because seeing if it was you, I would feel the same way. Because
Yeah.
I would want the team to feel this way about me. Because we all together, we a group, but we one. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So yeah, that right there, sticks in the full front of my mind. But for us, something prior to the Thanksgiving, man, I'm thankful um, every day, and I don't mean that on no generic level. The things that I'm going through, makes me appreciate every day. And I remember there was a time I should say, hey, man, I'll go home, man. I'm going to live every day like it's the last, meaning that, I'm going to be so hungry for life that I want to enjoy everything. Well, it's really like that now,
Yeah.
with things I go through, challenges, that I'm facing, challenges never that I've never faced before. Am I afraid in some cases? Yeah, you know what I mean? But when I think about this right here, when I think about the platform, when I think about the brothers that I'm joined to the hip with, that right there, I'm thankful for that. That is a thanksgiving, you know what I mean? Because to have that kind of genuine uh, energy, that kind of genuine concern, from others that that care about you, man, go a long way.
Yeah.
I'm talking about go a long way, and one of the things that it's really been on my mind lately, going through all the things that I've been going through, is the understanding that one of the greatest things that another human being can experience, right, is to be of service to another human being without any expectations.
Amen.
You see what I'm saying? And I know that that comes along with a level of growth, maturity, belief in the Most High, wherever you want to say you are, Muslim, Christian, Jew, whatever that it is that you want to say that you are. I don't, that ain't, my mind is too great, to be stuck on small, things like
Listen.
that, of what you say you are. The fact of the matter is that, how you act, your actions and all of them things is going to show exactly what you say you are. So I'm thankful for that, and I'm going to say this, Pablo, you and I have been knowing each other for a long time. We was in the same
Yeah.
trenches, But let me say this here to my big little brother Mike, man. Man, you my guy, man. Man. And I
Right
want you to
back
know
at you,
that.
brother. Right back
Yeah, I
at you.
want you to know that, man,
You
that
my guy.
yeah, absolutely, man. Sometimes you cross my mind and I just laugh. I say, you're right on, bro. And keep on with my day, even when I'm feeling down, man, even when my spirits is a little low, man, I'll be saying, damn, man, I want to, I want to be with my crew, man. I want to, I want the creations to, to continue. But that's my drive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why if I turn on Instagram or anything like that, and I see anyone this up, I'm happy. But
Yeah.
then, and this brings this home to our manager, man. And she's such a beautiful
Yeah,
person, man.
diamond
And
in the
this is
rough.
what, yes, she is, man. Trust me, and I'm thankful and I'm grateful and I'm blessed that I've had the opportunity to really, really get to know her.
Amen.
I'm talking about, not just on the surface, but really get to know the sister, man. And she's a queen sister, man, in every right. So, but let me
Wakanda
say
forever.
this. Absolutely.
Wakanda
Absolutely.
forever.
But,
All right,
when,
listen, man. We
yeah,
got
let
about
me
3
finish my
minutes.
point. Let me
Yeah,
finish my
go ahead.
point.
Go ahead.
So,
I just want to let you know how much
so,
time we got.
yeah, okay, I'm watching it. So when those things happens like that, she always bring it home and say, yes, he's in his purpose now,
Yeah.
but yours is coming too. So in other words, it's always, yeah, oh yeah. Be happy, celebrate him, all of that. Yeah, but your
Yeah.
time coming too, though. Yeah. Your time coming too, man. So, and that's without hesitation, any reservation, anything like that. It just roll off the tongue, man. Like boom. Yeah, he is. That's his purpose. But yeah, your time's coming too. And Papa's too. She's said it to me on several occasions. And I've laid in my, bed, and I'll be thinking about things as, your mind be going on. And I'll be thinking about the people that I'm connected to. You know what I mean? And that right there takes me a long way in what I'm dealing with. So, I can talk, but I'm going to cut it off right there, man. I appreciate you, man. My brothers, man, and, from one man to another, love you, bro.
Yeah.
And I
Love you
pray
too.
that when we come back, man, we're going to come back with a fantastic, program. We, spruce it up, have some good guests, all of that, And this what I'm going through. Yeah, it's just a minor setback. Just a
For a
minor
major
setback.
comeback.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. So that's where we're going to be with that. And I'm going to turn it over to you, Pablo, man. We got about 30 seconds left.
Yes, sir. Just want to say, man, I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for all the good friends. I'm grateful for all the blessings, man. It's only been 5 years since I've been out, man, but I think we've done a lot in those 5 years to stand on our own 2 feet and make ourselves worthy of living, man. And I'm looking forward to 2023, man. And I want to watch every one of you grow and go forward in your successes, man. I'm keeping an eye on you, Mike. I know you're going to hit a home run pretty soon, man. God bless you all. God bless you, brothers. And man, listen, man, peace out. This is
Yes.
Surviving the Pen.
Surviving the pen. And for
See you
those who's typing in out
2023.
on your comments, we thank you for the comments, but we'll be back
Thank
January,
y'all for
God willing.
watching, man.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
You ain't got the book.
Go
You
get
playing.
it.
Go
Get
All
it.
right.
get the
Go
book.
get it.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your book
Prison
there, LC
Kingpin,
Harmon?
Amazon. Get
Yeah.
the book.
There you
Yeah.
go. Show your book
Yes.
too, LC.
Yeah. I didn't have mine right here,
You ain't
man.
got your
I'll be
one.
like,
I
yeah,
ain't
I
got
got
mine
some.
either, but it's
Yeah.
called In Pursuit of Happiness, man. You can
You
find it
stay
on
ready, you ain't got to
Lulu.com.
get ready.
Yeah.
Y'all know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. But but just let me just run off my tongue right quick. Surviving the Beast, crawl, walk, run, fly, get it. If you don't have it, get it. You're missing out. And the beauty about that, you can see me every Wednesday, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern time, and you can ask me something about the book that you want a greater understanding of.
Yes,
Get
indeed.
it.
All
Get
right,
it.
guys. Peace out. God bless you, man. Take care. Good show.
Peace out.